don't we get this party started? Do you want to do the intro? You want me to do it?
Get this party started on a Saturday night. I don't know the rest of the words.
Pink?
Yes.
Pink.
Yes.
I wonder how Pink is doing these days.
I think she's amazing.
I think she's incredible.
I think she's amazing. And so I want a Pink halftime Super Bowl show.
Didn't she already do the halftime?
No, I don't think so. Researcher.
Yeah, where's our intern?
Linda, where are you?
Linda.
Listen, I just want to let everybody... Okay, first of all, welcome to the F Word.
Welcome to the F Word podcast. I am your host, Carrie Murray. With me, as always, the fabulous, the stunning.
Not so stunning right now.
Yeah, you're stunning. Stacey Beeman. I feel we have seen each other at our worst and our best.
This is accurate.
I wonder how far into our friendship. No, like the first day we met, I looked like ass.
Well, because we were sweaty messes.
Yeah.
But also, there comes a glow with that kind of mess.
True. And the endorphins? What do we give off? Pheromones?
Yes.
We give off something when you sweat a lot.
Pheromones. If
Great
we sound slightly different, it's because we are recording in a hotel.
Yes.
In San Francisco. We are on a friend venture.
And the hotel starts with an F.
Oh my gosh, that is right.
Fairmont.
Well, that just makes it even more serendipitous, I feel.
It's why I booked it.
Solely for that
We
purpose.
could not stay at the Marriott or the Hyatt.
Oh, hell no.
We needed to stay at something that started with the F.
Mm-hmm. And the Four Seasons was fully booked.
Right.
So we can't.
Bummer.
The Fairmont.
Real bummer of a deal.
Honestly.
That we couldn't get the Four Seasons.
Stunning. It's so stunning. We're right on Ghirardelli Square. We have the most beautiful view of the bay. I looked at Carrie and just went, come on.
I know.
It's ridiculous. It's beautiful. And we're here because we have a shared love for a comedian.
Love her.
Shared love. And she's performing here.
Yeah. Well, not here at the hotel.
No, in our room.
Oh, she's coming by?
I didn't tell you I arranged that.
That's so sweet of her.
Yes, I know.
We should get some like cocktail wieners or, sliders out.
She loves a Savvy V and a protein style burger.
This is why we love her. Yes, it is none other than Heather McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know who she is, highly, highly recommend listening to her podcast after ours.
Obviously.
But she's also a podcast queen. It's called the Absolutely Not podcast, and she's freaking hilarious.
She's so real.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because she is in her 30s.
Yes.
I mean, she just turned 36, if I'm not mistaken, because I know she's like 8 years younger than me, because I remember calculating it. She's one of those people, though, that feels like she could be 56.
Yes.
She has this sort of old soul about her. She even has her style. She's off, but not that she's like chuggy or like out of it. It's just the way she is. She's like an old soul sort of, I feel.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know. I just love her. She's so funny. She's so real. She just makes me laugh.
Yeah. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
And she's also really tall and, unapologetically just like gonna be loud and show up.
Oh,
big and proud.
Big energy. And her slogan is literally thick neck, thin ankles.
Yeah. Same.
So it is just, she's so fabulous. And she really seemed to gain her popularity because she was extremely, and still is, extremely active on Instagram.
Yes.
And does stories every day, all day, telling her, her adventures.
Yeah.
And then she has this podcast. And between those two things, she gained such a following that she has, absolutely not followers all over the country, and she tours.
Yeah. I mean, she's also a comedian. So that also helps. It's like she's a stand-up.
She's literally a stand-up, but she doesn't have any specials out yet.
No. I think she's trying to work
a little clip of one.
Yeah, I think she's working towards that.
But I feel like normally, well, I don't know. I don't know what the order is.
The trajectory of a comedian.
Yeah, I don't exactly know. But
I think you do you started as an opener.
I think, but I just find it amazing that she's touring already.
Yeah. So
she's
cool.
Touring the country without a special out there.
Correct.
Or a TV show.
Maybe this will lead to that.
I hope so.
Yeah. She's freaking hilarious. And so we jetted off to San Francisco to come see her because at the time she did not release LA dates. So we're like, we're still going. We love her. She's playing at the Palace of Fine Arts, where I had my graduation ceremony.
Your college
graduation ceremony was there. So I'm excited. So that's why our friend Venture, you'll have to check out our Instagram to see all the shenanigans we were up to while we were here. You have to scroll down a little bit because I believe this will come out
around June 20 something.
Something. Yeah. So it will have already been a minute.
A couple weeks. But yeah. Hey, you know what? Our fun is timeless.
Truly. And so is Heather.
Oh,
timeless.
She's so good. I just can't wait to see her tonight. And I know we are both dressing sort of thematic for the show.
Yes.
Heather is known for wearing cheetah print or animal print.
And sequins.
Yes. And we are both representing thus.
Absolutely. And I'm very excited by all of this. We also, while we've been here in San Francisco, we love our room so much, we like to stay here.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful, beautiful, it's not even a room. It's like an apartment. And in true, I mean, I don't know, Carrie, you have to tell me this. Okay, so it's Saturday. We're recording this on Saturday. We got here yesterday on Friday. By the time I think we reached our room, it was like 4:45.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not going to lie. We started drinking at the airport at
11:30?
Noon.
Yeah.
And we had 2 hefty pours at the airport.
Love Javier.
Yeah. Come on. Then we had a great pour at the Wine and Cheese Hour at the Fairmont.
It's today at 5:00. Let's not forget.
Oh yeah, let's not forget. Then we went to this really great wine bar with good food too called Resolute in San Francisco. RESOLUTE. Really great wine. Carrie found that. And we had and they had happy hour there until 7 p.m.
Yeah.
$3 off on glasses. So if you're in the Frisco. Oh shit! No, I can't say Frisco.
No.
Sorry, if you're in if you're in the Bay Area,
blasphemy.
I know. Carrie told me I'm not allowed to.
You are no one is. Let this be a warning to all of you. The city is never called Frisco, ever, under any circumstance.
And then I asked you, is San Fran okay? It's not great.
It's not great, but it's not as bad as Frisco. You definitely cannot call it Frisco. No, but. If you live here, people call it the city.
Okay.
And anybody in the Bay Area, they say, oh, we're going to the city. We're going to the city and everything. But people say San Francisco. Francisco. Yeah.
Well, San Francisco, if you're visiting.
It's just like UC Berkeley. Nobody calls it UC Berkeley. It's called Cal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you might say Berkeley, but nobody says, I go to UC Berkeley.
Right.
No,
right.
I go to Cal.
Well, that's kind of like USC. People say SC.
Right. Which always confused me. They drop the U.
Yeah.
They just say SC. Yeah. See, I go to SC. Yeah.
Who knows? It's the language of the locals.
Yes.
If you will.
So if you want to fit in, this is what you're going to have to do.
You're never going to say Frisco.
No, you're not.
But Resolute was a really good option. And I actually felt like that was more of a local place to go.
For sure.
Like touristy places on Fisherman's Wharf.
Right.
Like Ghirardelli Square.
Yeah.
It was a great find, and we really enjoyed ourselves. But after 5, I think I got to 5 glasses of wine.
I got to 6.
Throughout the day.
Yeah.
I was trying to go hard, vacation mode. You know? But I did get up at 5:30 in the morning yesterday, and I got to tell you, by 7:15, I was like, I think we got to go home.
Yeah. Jammies. It's time
soft clothes.
Yeah, soft clothes, jammy time. This is what happens when you're over 40.
Yeah.
The party can start as early as 3.
Oh, totally.
But
the party has started now. It's 11:38 a.m.
Exactly. So if you actually think about the time, we could start at 10 p.m. or 3 p.m. No matter what, we have about a 5-hour window of fun.
I would say 5 hours, and then I'm tapped.
And then that's it, right? So we didn't want to mix. So we wanted to stick with wine, which I thought was a very smart move.
Very smart. I feel right as rain today.
Absolutely. We hydrated.
We did.
Came back, watched some, I don't even know, bad TV, and had some snacks.
I headed to my room by like 9:40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We party hard here.
But I slept great.
Me too.
We've gotten up. We ordered breakfast to be delivered. We have some provisions. We have, like, most importantly, we have bubbles and orange juice.
Yeah.
We have our laptops. So we've been doing some work. Oh, but we have to mention, when we got back from our wine bar last night, before retiring,
yes,
we did do a little photo shoot.
We did have a great content shoot on the stairwell here at the hotel.
Yeah.
Because when the magic hour is just giving the magic, we have to.
That was magic.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We're content creators.
Yes.
And so when it calls, you do it.
Yeah.
And in San Francisco, if you've never been here, you get about 2 to 3 hours of sunshine every day in the summer.
Oh, we were really lucky.
Yeah. So, and it's usually in the evening. It's like between like 2 and 5 p.m. You might get some sun. Other than that,
definitely not in the morning.
No, you're just sitting in fog like right now.
Yeah. And that's why probably we haven't been that anxious to get out because it's quite foggy outside.
It's not calling us right now.
No, but it's been nice just being in and work. We have our laptops. We're working on stuff, creating content.
We're busy gals.
We are. And you know what? I like it. So we have a great show.
We do.
Planned,
we do.
As per usual, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I put the work in.
What?
As do you. It's for the people.
It's for the people. All 20 of them. I don't know.
And the people that they share this with.
Yes. I am going to start getting a little more strict about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to start looking
at the data.
Are they sharing?
Yes. Who is forwarding this?
Who is
Let's go, Sheila.
Instagram story saying, listen to this.
Everybody listen to this.
I'm looking at you, Mark Halber. Okay.
Okay, Mark.
If you don't share this,
if you don't forward this in a text message or in an Instagram, I don't know if I've ever seen Mark do an Instagram story.
This should be, forget his kids.
Right.
And his lovely, gorgeous wife. Our podcast
needs to be shared. I know your kid had a birthday, a graduation.
Papa.
That's every kid in America right now.
Come on. Get creative.
Get creative. Give us a share.
So we both have F words today.
We do.
We're foregoing our Gen Z. We're going to do that next week. But we are doing a What the Fuck You Watching segment.
Would you like to go first?
I would, because this was an unexpected find.
Oh, okay.
And I'm feeling excited about it.
Okay.
Last week we talked about jury duty.
Yes.
A totally unexpected find that I really enjoyed. I actually got Mama Jean involved.
Into it?
She watched the whole thing, loved it.
You know what I forgot to ask you? Have you ever served on a jury duty?
No, I've never served on a jury. I've been to jury duty. I've never served on a jury.
Gotcha. I've never been on a jury either.
Released.
Oh, you were released.
I was always released.
I can see
think
why.
part of that, they were like, no,
you can go.
A lot of built-in bias.
Yeah. Like, you're free to go.
I know. Yeah.
No.
I don't know how well I would be able to serve. I would try my very best.
I would be so worried the case would be so fucking boring. Like on like
it's ridiculous.
Legal, contracts or something. Like, ugh. Yeah, no.
Well, okay, so the show that I have gotten sucked into is called Shrinking. It's on Apple Plus.
Shrinkage?
Shrinking.
So not shrinkage.
That's a whole nother
different
topic.
Show. Different network too.
Yes, different network. Different temperature. Shrinking. And it is with Jason Segel.
Yes. He was in Freaks and Geeks. He was in all the Judd Apatow movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was in one with Rachel McAdams where they were dating for, excuse me, Emily Blunt.
Yes. 5-year engagement.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He was in that one.
Yeah, exactly. So him. And he was in that very popular show with Neil Patrick Harris, How I Met Your Mother.
That's right.
Yeah. So always have liked him. He's so interesting. He's not like traditionally handsome, but yet he's got a thing about him that I like. So it has him and Harrison Ford.
Oh.
And another African-American actress who I fucking love. I don't know her name. I need to look her up because I've never seen her before. And she's great. And then there's another woman who is really good. She plays a neighbor. But anyway, the premise of the show, without giving anything away, there's nothing to give away here, is this man, he's a therapist.
Jason Segel is.
Okay. Yeah. And his wife died in a car accident.
Oh.
So he's basically it's now him and his daughter left. And he's not handling it well at all. So his daughter's like mad at him because not only is she grieving her mother, but like she also had to deal with her father being on like drugs and pills and everything for a year. Jason Segel works at a practice with Harrison Ford and the other actress. I don't know her name. I need to look her up. So they are all in this practice together. They're all therapists, but each one of them have their own issues.
Of course. Yeah.
And then there's the nosy neighbor who...
The Mr. Furley of it all.
Yes. And she has kind of like stepped in as... Well, probably there was a necessity that she stepped in kind of like to take care of the daughter.
Jessica Williams.
Let's look and see what else she's done.
Jessica Williams was with Phoebe, and they were the two comedians. Yes. What was that show called? Two Broke Girl, Two.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is her.
Yeah. And the other comedian was Phoebe something.
Yeah. Who wrote Don't Touch My Hair.
Yeah.
And writes the funniest
She's
Instagram
hilarious.
posts about men.
Yes.
Tatiana Tuesday or whatever. Holy moly. Okay. I knew there was a familiarity about this actress, but I was like, I don't know who she is. Oh, what was that called?
So two black girls, two dope queens.
Two dope queens.
Yes.
I missed that podcast.
That was so good.
That
was so funny.
Anyway, I wonder if they had a falling out.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, a
lot of things can happen.
A lot of things can happen. But anyway, so now you know who that actress is.
Yes.
Jessica Williams.
Yes.
She is so good.
So funny.
She is so good in the show.
Oh, that's
so anyway,
exciting.
The show is really good. I mean, it's definitely like a dramedy. So there's some darkness to it, obviously.
What network is this on?
Apple Plus.
Okay, I can find that easily.
Shrinking. You can find it. It should play with no commercials.
No.
So I highly recommend Shrinking. Yeah. And it's nice to see Harrison Ford. And it's actually kind of nice to see Harrison Ford in a role. Like the most recent I've seen him is 1923. So he's playing like a total Western-y cowboy. It's like a very character.
Right.
And then I haven't seen him in much else recently. And I have such a sort of affection for him.
I think we all do.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
If you grew up in the 80s, Harrison Ford was like the man of man.
Oh gosh, The Fugitive,
like all the Star Wars movies, all the Indiana Joneses.
Amazing.
And he's got a new one coming out.
Yeah, can't wait. Anyway, he's just quite darling.
Yes,
it's a great show,
and he's quite handsome.
He is. He is.
I wonder how old he is.
I think he's up there now. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, he's got to be in his
obviously in the bathroom right now.
Yeah, she's horrible. We should fire her. God, like,
Linda, we gotta let you go.
Linda, pack your bags.
By the way, like I don't think an intern would be called Linda, but maybe you never know. He's 80.
Oh, okay.
And he appears 80.
Yes,
he definitely is older now, but I don't know. He's just darling. So I highly recommend
Shrinking.
Are you watching anything new right now?
What I'm sharing about What the Fuck You Watching is not something new at all. And I don't recommend it to anybody.
Okay, I like this.
But
it doesn't always have to be positive.
Yeah, no.
Toxic.
It was a movie, so it was like it was, I don't know, like Tuesday, Wednesday night or whatever before we were getting ready to come here. And I was scrolling through what to watch. And there are, when you get the screen, it tells you what's already started.
And I was cranking the window open.
Right, exactly.
That's your 40s,
yeah, exactly. It's also not called TiVo anymore, but I still say, can you TiVo it? Can you record it? Yeah. But so I'm scrolling through, and there's like, this movie has been on for about 20 minutes. And I was just like, I forgot about this movie. Let me just put it on. And it's really, I don't know why I seek things out that I fear and want to expose myself to.
Oh no, what was it? A boat of some sort?
The Perfect Storm.
Oh no. Exposure therapy.
Yes. So I was just like, let me just watch this for a few minutes.
It's because you're about to book that Alaskan trip.
Yeah. Let me just get this out of it. So I was like, okay, let me watch this for a little bit. And I was just like, oh, this is like a very young Mark Wahlberg.
Yes. Is Casey Affleck in that?
No, but he's dating Diane Lane. And she's stunning, gorgeous. Stunning. But their age difference is kind of significant.
Even
in the movie.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, would I feel the same way if it was reversed? Of course not, right? It would feel totally okay. But she is stunning, and they are fishermen, and they're about to go out into the ocean. It's like off of Boston, so they have their accents.
Of course.
Mark Wahlberg's accent is perfect because he actually have the accent. George Clooney, not so much.
Oh, George Clooney's in it.
Yes, George Clooney is in it, and he's the captain, right?
Got it.
So you know already from the moment that this movie starts, they all fucking die.
It's going down, bitch.
There are no survivors. And and I've seen this movie.
Okay.
So I'm just like, well, let me just check it out for a few minutes. John C. Reilly's in it.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah. And so I'm watching it, and like 45 minutes later, I'm like hooked. Now I'm like, it's just like, now they're getting the fish and they're getting the ice and they're going to make their money and they're excited. They're going to make it back. But it's basically these six or seven men on a very small boat, mind you.
Quite small.
Getting all of this fish and everything. And it made me think, we don't need sushi that bad. And of course, then it cuts to the meteorologist who's just like, okay, there's a perfect storm. Like 3 things are happening at the same time. So while this is going on, they cut to another scene, something I would never do, of 2 people on this beautiful, like 20-foot, 30-foot, like sailing boat. And it's gorgeous. And it's got the sails, and it's like beautiful wood and blah, and they have their champagne, and it looks luxurious, and they have their guide, and they're like, yeah, let's go. And it's just, they went out for a day trip, and they also get caught in a storm. And so I was just like, oh, fuck. And it completely tips over. Now they're on the back of the boat. They call for help and everything. Another job I would never do. They call the Navy SEALs, or no, Coast Guard. They come in a helicopter to save these women and the guy. And they literally jump out of the helicopter into the water. And they're just like, we're here to rescue you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Rescuers are amazing.
It's incredible. So the water is splashing over them. And I was just thinking, like, the logistics of shooting this movie was probably a nightmare. They probably had to have gotten sick. I'm like, what? You'd have to be in a controlled environment to get all these actors are soaking wet for 90% of this movie. And I thought I remember, and I can see George Clooney. Yes, just so covered in water. So. Like they're literal, and these women are hanging on the side of this boat in water with the just, it's everywhere. And there's wind going. And so they rescue them and whatever. But after they rescue them and they drop them off, they go back to try to find George Clooney and Marky Mark, but they run out of fuel. So they're like, we have to jump. Oh my God. They jump out of the freaking helicopter. The helicopter crashes. And they're just like, a boat will come find us. And they're not even swimming. They're just floating in the water, waiting to be rescued by anybody and anyone.
This is your worst nightmare.
So you're jumping out of a helicopter that's run out of gas. You're on a sailboat thinking you're going to go on a lovely cruise with your wife. No. Or you're a fisherman. These are 3 careers or activities I would never in a million years do. So of course they all die. And then there's like, then at the end, they have like a ceremony for them and everything, and they recognize them. And there's apparently some place where everybody who's been lost at sea, their name is on the wall or whatever. They honor these fishermen and everything. So, whatever. I did then, of course, go down the Wikipedia rabbit hole and be like, let me learn more about this. So apparently they never recovered any bodies, just a little bit of bone and tissue and clothing from one of the men.
Oh God.
Yeah. And that's all they've ever recovered. They never even found the boat.
I didn't realize this was actually based on
a true story. Yeah. So very, very sad. So so I watched this movie, should have never watched it. I end up finishing the movie, go to bed, and have nightmares about being on a boat. No. I toss and turn, and I'm just like, why did I watch this movie? But I have a tendency I will find myself watching movies that scare the shit out of me with all the lights on. Yeah. And it's almost like I want to see how far I can.
Testing yourself?
Yeah, I can get through it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
I don't.
But yeah, I'll be like, if it's, what was the other one? The one with the scissors. Us?
Oh Lord.
So we saw that. I saw it on an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Best place to watch a scary movie is on an airplane.
Actually, you're right. Because you're kind of like, it's light.
It's a smaller screen.
Not so.
There's people bumping
All
you.
you have to do is just
take it and you're like, every once in a while it'll turn off because they're making an announcement, So yeah, that movie I will never watch again. But it was on and I was like, no, I don't ever need to see that movie ever again.
Wow.
But yeah, so what the fuck am I watching is a good ass question. Do not watch this movie.
Well, that's what comes from scrolling through cable.
Yes.
It's, you just, something
it's on.
Can get you.
Yeah, it's on. I'll watch it.
Damn. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
everyone. Sorry about that. Okay, well, you should watch Shrinking. You might want to skip The Perfect Storm if you are not into boats or drowning. If that's your gig.
If that's kind of your jam.
Okay, then, just go for it.
Let's get a refill.
Okay, hold on. ASMR, everyone. Okay. Quiet now. Quiet on the set. Oh, my glass wasn't empty, so it didn't have as good of a...
Hold on. Oh, that was pretty good.
That was pretty decent.
I've noticed my days, what other than coffee, wine, and water do you drink?
Well, very occasionally I have a soda, but not very often.
But on an average day, coffee, water, wine.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're either really awake, really hydrated, or slightly buzzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about my day.
Yeah. And that's how I'd like to keep
I don't really drink soda or athletic drinks or
I don't drink, and I think you drink more. I don't drink anything like LaCroix or anything.
Oh, I do love a LaCroix.
Yeah, I don't. I wanted to. I've tried, and it's just not my jizzy jam.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's dive into those F words. Speaking of jizz.
Yes. So we both have an F word. I think you should go first. I went first in the last segment.
Okay. My F word is flight.
Yes. A flight of wine?
Yes, please.
I'll take 2.
A flight of wine is delicious. No, it's actually flying. I mentioned this in a podcast that got destroyed, but I'm getting ready to go on a very long flight soon. And I'm bringing the fam. My husband is terrified of flying. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little bit nervous because this is a long flight. And we've done long flights before. But recently, when we went to New York last year, that flight home, it was bad. Really bumpy, really just, it was bad. Like the seatbelt light was on pretty much the entire time.
I wonder what was going on.
I don't know.
New York to LA is
a piece of cake.
Too bad.
Yeah, but for some reason, it was bad.
Maybe there was a perfect storm happening.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So that aside, I've never had a problem flying. I totally love airplanes. I love flying. I love, the amenities.
Taking you to somewhere.
Yes, I'm going. It's exciting, or it's taking me home. And so, but so many things about the flying experience leading up to it can be very, very frustrating.
Yes, of course.
For sure.
Of course.
Just the airport alone. It's very frustrating. So I'm dying to know from our F buddies if they can give me any advice on how to help someone, what tricks or whatever do they use to fly. But it got me thinking about I think what helps me wrap my head around not being scared of it, and maybe I can do this with boats, is the whole physics of it. How a plane works, how it stays up in the air, how it's designed, speed, trajectory, what have you. But
what about the statistics behind it?
So few.
Like compared to cars.
So few. You're very, very safe in a plane.
Yeah. Very, very safe.
If anything, you got to be worried about the other fucking Karens on the flight.
Right.
That's
the people.
It's the people on the plane that you should be worried about. But it wasn't, I recently learned that planes didn't have GPS until 1985.
Yeah. So
they just flew.
They were just
using
best of luck
maps and stuff.
Oh my God.
They would be
the co-pilots up there with a Thomas guide.
That looks good. Hey, Cap. Yeah. But they literally just use coordinates of we need to go to 18 degrees south. And that to me is terrifying.
Well, that's how they used to drop bombs.
Yeah.
Let's hope they made it. It's the right thing.
Right? So there was no GPS. We would put people on airplanes and just be like, okay,
Yeah.
we're a hope and a
Hopefully you get
prayer.
to that airport and that runway.
Yeah. Based on.
Think of the skills of those pilots.
Right? You would really have to. Now they just put in the, JFK and the GPS will take them.
Drives itself. Flies itself.
Pretty much. So I was thinking, would you get on an airplane that didn't have GPS?
I know. That's the thing. Like, it's all of the things that we're used to now as being standard that people didn't, just like, would you smoke while you're pregnant? Well, of course not.
Yeah.
How many millions of women
did in the 50s and 60s?
Yeah. And the kids are fine. So it's just one of those things where it's like hard to conceive of now.
Right. Compared to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was like, oh, no GPS. Like, I don't even know if, like, I don't trust myself a lot of the time without GPS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
Carrie.
Well, we know. Okay.
Carrie is notorious for getting us close. Doesn't land the plane. No pun intended. Very close, though.
Terminal 6 is very close to Terminal 3. It's very close.
We got our steps in, okay?
Okay, yeah. Well, that was just...
But I know that is a really freaky concept to think about. Like, no GPS. I think it's freaky to think about people smoking in planes.
Yeah.
Just so close to the fuel.
Yeah.
All of it is just so freaky. But again, I'm sure if we looked up statistics on the likelihood of your plane crashing, and then you have to think about people who have lost people in a plane crash.
Yeah. And how do they ever get on a plane again?
Do they ever get on a plane again? And just the sheer fact of like, it is so unlikely that that's going to happen, that happened to our family is like, what? How could they even live with that? You know what I mean? It's kind of like I had a friend die in a train crash.
Right.
And it's
that's right.
That is it's
so
just a
rare.
fluke.
Yeah. Great F word. But speaking of flying, what advice do you have?
Well, I've had some anxiety surrounding flying in the past. And that was just totally symptomatic of anxiety in general. You know what I mean? So
general anxiety.
Exactly. So people have anxiety and then it presents in all these different ways. So it's not like I had some terrible experience with flying. It's not like I've always had a deep fear of flying. It's just so sad when you have general anxiety and it starts popping up in things that before you never had a problem.
Right.
So that happened to me for a little while. And you actually mentioned we flew here yesterday and I had no issue at all.
Right.
I haven't had an issue for a while. But I feel like when we flew to Chicago years ago, I was like, I think I needed to take a little Ativan.
Yeah. It was the flight home.
Yeah. And it's So I do have lots of tips and tricks. One is take the medicine.
Take the medicine. Don't be a hero.
Which I know can also, we talked about this last night, can be very, very hard because when your anxiety is really heightened, even the idea of swallowing a pill can feel horrible and scary. And then the idea of a pill taking effect and making you feel sort of out of control or like you're so relaxed you don't have your faculties anymore, that feels really scary.
Right.
So it is, taking the medicine is way easier said than done. I want to just mention that right at the top because that feels like a really easy solution.
Sure.
That is not so easy for people with anxiety.
Sure.
So, but yes, try if you can, take the medicine and do it like before
you get on the
flight.
Yeah.
So when you're getting on and you're settling in,
take it.
Okay. I also always recommend, if you can and if you can afford it, make sure you are selecting your seats ahead of time and upgrade if you can.
Yeah.
I know it is, I believe it's money well spent. I believe it is worth foregoing something on your trip to make the experience of getting there and the nights before leading up to it more calm, more peace of mind. So I don't want to be like, oh shit, what seat am I in? Or oh, I'm in the middle or I'm in the back and that's going to make me more stressed. So I have really focused on, I'll spend an extra couple $100. I mean, obviously going to first class is different, but even just doing the extra room.
Yeah.
Or
on an aisle.
Yeah. And that sometimes is as low as $50 just to upgrade to that. Worth it.
Yeah. Love that.
I have had very good luck with oils because anxiety affects your breathing. It makes you feel like you can't breathe sometimes. So having any kind of peppermint or eucalyptus oil, like a roll-on. I'll just do it on my palms,
Mm-hmm.
like a scent tent or whatever,
Mhm.
and you just
Smell
sniff it in. Hard to say, but reduce the caffeine before you get on a flight, so you're not already buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of my tricks.
Those are great things.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also tell the person you're with. I know your husband is really good. You know, obviously you guys know each other. So, but if you're flying with someone, just say like, I'm an anxious flyer, so that they can just be aware of you and check in with you and like, hold your hand if you need it or whatever.
Yeah. So if Sean's spooning the person next to him, I'll know why. Got it. He'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's definitely, one of those fears that, I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I can sympathize because the things that I do fear, like boats and everything, I'm going to be the same thing and everything. Yeah. So we'll talk about that cruise to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll be okay.
Alaska, a lot of the times I've done an Alaskan cruise is the Inside Passage, and you're seeing land a lot of the time.
Yeah. Which is where my fear comes from,
Mm-hmm.
is being out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Like in the fucking perfect storm.
Yes.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
with George Clooney.
Just so you know, cruise ships are so huge.
Yeah.
There's literally helicopter landing pads.
Right. Perfect. They can pick my ass
can
up.
get you.
Great.
Yeah. If you were sick, they could come helicopter you out of there.
And get me out.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You'll be all right.
So everybody safe travels this summer.
Yeah.
If you're flying anywhere, I'm sure lots of people are going places right now.
And deal with anxiety on planes.
On planes, yeah. I just don't know if the flight attendants they must be trained in this.
Certainly they've probably dealt with so many panic attacks.
Can you imagine what they've probably experienced?
So many panic attacks.
Yeah.
And here's another tip that maybe my therapist, I can't remember who gave this to me. If you are feeling like you're about to go into a full-blown panic attack, your body will take over. So like, if you're like, I'm going to die, this is how I've felt this way before. I'm going to die. My heart's going to explode. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to, you're not going to. So it feels that way, but you're not. So it is your body thinking it's going to die. It's not.
It's not.
So even if you fell over and passed out because it's so overwhelming, your body's just going to breathe. It's going to keep breathing.
Right. Your heart is still your heart rate will come down. Yes, exactly. Your blood pressure will come down. It is the switch of the fight or flight, right? It really is. And then you feel trapped because you're on this plane.
It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling, but it'll be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the advice.
Of course.
I will share it with my nervous flyer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if there are any F buddies, if there are any flight attendant F buddies, I would love to hear a story.
No doubt.
Yeah. Of like how they deal with, anxious passengers.
Yes, because they probably deal with it all the time.
Yeah. And also want to know, when did we start calling them flight attendants and not stewards and stewardesses?
I know. And why did that become on PC?
I don't know. It's like waitress. We can't say waitress.
What's wrong? Servers now, right?
Servers.
I think server sounds worse than waitress for some reason.
I think it's because it has a gender, stewardess. You picture the 1970s Pan Am pillbox hat, come fly away.
That's something we should look up. I want to know why those words
switched. Maybe because more men were coming into the profession and they wouldn't be stewardesses.
They would be
stewards. But when did men start becoming flight attendants and everything? And
hey Siri, why did we stop using the term stewardess?
Good question.
I think this is important to know.
It is.
God. One moment.
Thank you.
Did you notice I said Siri and not Surrey?
I did. I appreciate you.
Working on that.
Oh, well, you're slow. Okay, I can't. This is an audio program.
Right.
I can't be.
Hello, Siri.
Something went wrong.
Oh, yeah. Of course it did. Okay,
yeah.
Forget it.
We'll
report back later.
Yeah. Where's that intern we need?
Linda!
I thought it was Leslie. Oh, I do have a follow-up from our last episode really quick.
About?
A name we could not remember. But remember you were talking about Succession, and we could not remember Cameron Fry's name.
Yes.
His name is Alan Rook? I think it's Ruck.
Alan Ruck.
Yeah, that is his name.
My neighbor. At the park.
The park.
Alan.
With his Cockadoodle?
It was like a Bernedoodle.
Bernedoodle. Got big
Something
dog.
big.
Yeah.
Big.
And I would have never pulled Alan Ruck out from Ed Last. Never in a million years.
I, for some reason, thought his name was Cameron Fry.
It's not. But it made me look it up. I was like, what is his name? Yeah. Alan Ruck, everybody.
All right. Well, there you go.
A national treasure of an actor.
Truly a national treasure.
Yes. So tell me about your F word.
Okay. So my F word is fidelity.
Ooh.
And this F word is sort of swirling around for a couple of reasons.
Do tell.
Number one, I am not a watcher or fan of Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, it's so good. But you have to endure it because of me.
You and one of the other podcasts I listen, a couple of the other podcasts I listen that are
it's
pop
big
culture
right
based.
now.
Yeah. So this Scandival thing is just all over. So it's interesting for someone who does not watch it. I feel like I know
a lot about it.
Correct. I feel like I know everything that's going on. I know all the players in the game.
Yeah.
I know what up. Okay. So, and it's
so fascinating.
It's really fascinating. And then simultaneously, while we've been learning about Scandival, and just for people who are under a rock and don't know about Scandival, basically Vanderpump Rules is a reality show based on all these young people and they're
working at a restaurant in West Hollywood.
Okay.
So in West Hollywood.
In their late 20s to early 40s, it sounds like.
Correct.
And everything in between. And, they're all banging each other and whatever. And a lot of relationships and
very
whatnot.
incestuous.
Very incestuous. So there's this one couple, Tom Sandoval and Ariana, who've been together for a decade.
Yes.
Lived together, bought a house together.
Yes.
Were working on fertility together.
Yes.
And Ariana has a best friend named Raquel. And Tom and Raquel had a massive affair behind Ariana's back.
For 8 months.
And lied.
Like lied upon lied.
Okay. Gnarly.
Like going in to deposit sperm while you're having an affair with her best friend.
Tom was depositing sperm for the fertility treatment.
Yes. So she could freeze embryos. Right. Because as we know,
Did she do that?
No, they never made it. But she did the egg retrieval and they were supposed to do the sperm and they pulled a audible at the last minute and did not fertilize them. But she did freeze the eggs.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
I hope it works out for her.
Refer back to fertility.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's just been kind of going around about all this cheating and imagine the devastation that comes with being cheated on. Then the devastation that comes with being cheated on. They cheated with your best friend. So not only do you lose your partner, you also now lose your best friend.
Yeah.
Who you would normally look to for solace and comfort, right? The betrayal. Again, I don't watch the show, but I've been hearing snippets where it's like it was happening while they were all on vacation together.
Yes. It was so bad that there are clips of Raquel comforting Ariana about her and Tom not getting along while
Raquel and Tom
banging her. Like literally like, oh, tell me more.
That is it.
Are you guys just not having sex? What's going on?
Oh my God. I bet Raquel was just trying to get info.
Yes. That's exactly what she was doing. Yes.
What a bitch.
And it's so unbelievable. And then when you watch the reunion, she must have been on so much fucking Xanax. She didn't shed a tear. Her voice got a little shaky, but never really apologized directly to her. She said things like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry what I've done for my behavior. But she never said, I'm sorry for fucking your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for what Tom and I did.
Your life partner of 10 years. Like that you were going to be having a baby with.
Yes. And that you own a home with.
Oh, it's awful.
It's so bad. And the irony of it, well, I don't know if it's irony or just weird as fuck, is like when this affair was happening, he was never home. Like she's somebody like us who's just like 10 o'clock, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And he owned a bar and he would be out working all the time, going out after his shift would end or whatever at like 1 or 2 in the morning and come home very, very late. As soon as this affair came out, he stayed home all the fucking time. So now she wants space from him and he won't get out of the house. Whereas before it was exposed, he was out banging Raquel everywhere. But now she can't get him out of the house. And she says it He wasn't home at all until this came up.
Wow.
And now he won't leave.
Well, they're not living there together, are they?
Yes.
Ariana and Tom are still living together?
Yes, they are.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have their sides of the house.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. I'd be out of there so
yeah.
fast.
Well, I would give up my fucking house.
I guess I would dig my heels in.
Yeah.
You're right. I would be like, you get the fuck out. And
yeah.
If he won't get out, then what's there to do? But he can get a
buy my half of the house.
Loser. Why doesn't he get out?
Exactly.
He has no money.
He has no money. And if he goes to Raquel, who's in a small little studio apartment in West Hollywood, as opposed to his beautiful 4-bedroom house in the Valley, that's a way step down. And then you're committed to Raquel now.
Which you know he doesn't love her.
And his friends are all friends with Ariana. So if he goes to them, she's going to be like, you're betraying me too.
Yeah. Oh
it's so convoluted. It's a circle of friends that it's just so bad. Yeah. Oh, hell no. But you're right. Fidelity. And he cheated on her twice before this. And they met as cheaters.
Okay. Well, that leads me to the topic of fidelity. Because there are some people who have the mindset that you can work through infidelity in a relationship. And then there are some people that are like, no, there is no coming back.
Where do you toe on that line?
So I toe on the there's no coming back.
Gotcha.
Because it is just like there's no coming back.
Yeah.
There's no, first of all, I don't need someone so badly that I would allow them to disrespect me and hurt me that way and let them stay around.
Yeah.
No. And I know myself. I would never let it go.
I wouldn't either.
I would torture them.
Yeah.
You didn't.
You forgot to take out the trash? How was your dick in that woman the other night?
If he had one complaint about me,
oh no.
No, it would be so sick. It would be so infected that there would be no.
What did you think about Steve and Miranda getting back together?
Oh,
that was rough.
I struggled with that terribly. You know, I really did. And I mean, I do think for some people, again, I'm going to go ahead and say it's not for me.
Right.
But I do believe for the people who can get through it, it does depend on the circumstance. It was one night with a stranger.
In a bar.
You never saw them again. You were wasted.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. You guys have a home and a child together. Maybe.
Yeah.
You're screwing my best friend for 8 months?
Oh.
No. Like, so I can see in a world for people who think that they can.
There are shades of gray.
There are shades of gray. There aren't for me. At 40, almost 5, there are no shades of gray for me. Right. And I'm not having children with anybody. So there's not even the like, we should stay to keep our family together for the children, which I think for some people that's a reason.
A lot of people stay because of money.
And money.
They feel trapped.
There will never be a money situation where I have to stay because of money.
Yeah, I don't know if I could look into my daughter's face and say, this is how a man should treat you. And I'm just going to take it. Yeah. No fucking way.
No.
I wouldn't stay there.
Way.
No.
You know, I think we're also in a different world today where, like, I think women of the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, long ago, they didn't work. They didn't
have credit.
They didn't have credit card. My mom reminds me that when she and my dad got married, she couldn't open a credit card without him.
Oh my God.
So there is so much now independence. That doesn't mean, I mean, I have learned in this newer relationship I am how beautiful it is to have a partner.
Yeah.
I am like, I gotta be honest. At first I was like kind of resistant, but I am leaning all the way into, oh my God, you're going to take out the trash?
Yeah.
Oh, like I literally can cry sometimes at having help.
Yeah.
Or just
a partner.
A partner.
Support. Yeah.
So I'm not acting like I don't need a partner because I've been loving it and appreciating it and valuing it so much. But as soon as that partner, if he disrespected me to that level, no taking out the trash is worth it.
is going to compensate for the fact that you cheated. I also think it's like, to me, the 7-8 month affair is like, so deep in emotion.
Oh my God.
And I firmly believe you can have an affair without ever being physical.
Oh, for sure. Actually.
And I don't know if that's even more fucked up.
Okay, let's play this scenario out. Husband goes to a bar. This is not ever yours. Okay. Husband or boyfriend goes to a bar, wasted with his buddies, literally goes out to the back of the bar and like bangs a non-named woman against the wall for 3 minutes and goes back in.
Right. Scenario A.
Mm-hmm. Scenario B. Husband meets someone at work. They became real fast friends. They have a funny banter, witty banter. They start texting each other, calls, meeting, no kissing, no sex, nothing.
Very flirtatious.
But very flirtatious. And now they're confiding each other. And now I'm telling you about my problems with my wife or my girlfriend and how frustrated I am. And which one's worse?
Well, they're both pretty shitty.
They're horrible.
But the intimacy that comes with the option B is, to me, a huge betrayal.
Yeah.
Because you're not talking to me that way.
Right.
You're not confiding. And to me, it's shiny new object. Right.
Oh, and at that same time, he's starting to shut down with you.
Of course.
No
interaction with me. Yeah. And I'm just the, old hag that's at home with the kids and everything. And exactly. And I'm old. I'm not shiny and new.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
with someone shiny and new giving a man attention like that, I think they have to be very careful because I think some women can be completely manipulative and being like, how can I get this guy?
Yeah.
And how I'm going to do it is I'm just going to shine up to him
and give him attention.
Yes.
Feel real
good about it. It's really fucked up. I know, oddly enough, someone I know from days ago, her husband met someone and had an emotional affair via words with friends in the instant messenger.
Can I tell you how many men I had flirting with me in Words with Friends?
Are you serious?
During the pandemic, I went back on Words with Friends. Well, we're all looking for shit to do.
Right.
The number of men that hit me up in those instant, and I was single.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, who I looked at his picture, I was like, he is cute. He would constantly request games with me. We would play. We would comment back and forth to each other. And I was like, and I found him on Facebook married with 2 kids.
Shut the front door.
And never crossed any lines.
Right.
I was like,
but it was clear.
Oh, it could have.
Oh, wow.
I really feel it could have. Even.
What's with Words with Friends?
It's because it looks innocent to the wife.
Right. Of course. Because you're just playing.
It's not Tinder.
No. Or only, what's it called?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
It's so fucking crazy. And I'm telling you, even what this guy was doing, I feel it was pretty innocuous. It was pretty like not much, but
if his wife saw it, if his wife saw it, would you be like, would you have been pissed?
Yeah, like why are you talking to this strange woman like this and asking her like what Trojan Stace means, my handle or whatever.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never knew that about Words with Friends.
It's a thing.
Oh.
And I think it's like, it is an easy cover up.
For sure. Which means you're actually looking.
Yes.
Which is also fucked up.
Oh my God, it's so scary. But anyway, so Fidelity, I think this was also coming up for me a little because of this whole Scandal thing. Yeah. And then we're here in San Francisco this weekend. 2 weeks ago, we were in Palm Springs. Yep. And
we're just
travel girlies. And these are 2 times that I've left my boyfriend, you know, and it has been, God, there is always part of me that's like, I hope I'm not sounding like a fool, but there has been such a freedom in being able to say goodbye to him and have not a worry in the world. Yeah. I honestly will say I've never had this before. Really? Never, not even with the person I married, never. Part of that probably came from my own.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Oh, yes.
More than once?
No, just one guy.
Was it the husband?
No. No.
Somebody else.
No, somebody else. But it was pretty blatant.
Oh, was it with your best friend?
No.
Jesus.
It was with his ex, though.
Oh.
Which then you go, well, why? So anyway, so it was just like, so I've experienced cheating and the heartbreak of that.
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Maybe like when I was like in my teens.
Oh, okay.
But never up in my...
After 10 years being in a
relationship. And well, anyway, I have such a beautiful, confident feeling, and it's so wonderful.
I wonder if that comes from being older.
I think it's a couple things. I'm older, and I'm just not worried about everything all the time anymore.
Yeah,
about that. He obviously makes me feel like
very secure and
loved. And I think the part of it is like, if he did that, there's no worry. It's goodbye. Yeah. There's no, it's like, yes, of course it'd be sad, but it's not even be like, what would I do?
Right.
I know what I would do.
Yeah. It's very cut and dry.
Yeah.
Zip, zop, zap, I'm out.
So because I kind of knew going into this that you're of the same mindset.
I am.
You do it, it's out.
I'm out.
I don't care if it's one time or 30 times.
Yeah. I don't care if you haven't touched her at all, but you're having this texting, romance.
Such a betrayal. But
that's how Ariana found out, was she had his phone and she found a FaceTime between the two of them. He saved in his camera roll. Who the fuck would do that?
What a fucking idiot.
If you didn't want to get caught.
Yeah, right. I know. He's ew.
Yeah. That's how she
found out. But he wanted
out.
to be able to rewatch it to what? Feed his ego?
I guess. And you know what she did? So his phone falls out, she picks it up and she's just like, oh, let me just look. She finds it. She immediately calls her. She's at his show.
Oh my God.
Calls her and says, what the fuck is this, Raquel? And she thinks it's Tom calling her.
Oh.
She called from his phone.
Wow, that's some drama.
Yeah. But I'm with you that...
But I'd like to talk to someone who is I think I could forgive.
Yeah. And I think every relationship is different.
Totally.
But I'm trying to think if I know anybody that was cheated on and they're still together. And I don't know if I do. Not to my knowledge anyway. Maybe, I don't know. I could have been cheated on and I don't have any idea.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
That could happen to
any of us. Yeah.
And I do think that there's also some truth to, if someone was cheated on, they don't want to tell their friends.
Sure. Because they don't want us to hate their partner.
I would hate.
Yeah. I don't. Well, and you can forgive him, but I may never.
Yeah. And, like that would be so. So I'm sure there's a lot of incidents. I'm not saying in our group, but that people have experienced. They have to deal with it. They have to go through all the horribleness, and they can't even tell their friends or family.
No. And to bring it back to Vanderpump Rules, they've all dated each other.
Oh my God.
So one person's ex is somebody's new boyfriend or girlfriend. Like they are all, it's a very incestuous group of everyone. Like, oh, I dated him. We hooked up. We did, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's gross.
Yeah. It's really, and let me ask you this. Do you think if you are a straight woman married to a heterosexual man, but you go out and you make out with a girl all night or something like that, is that cheating?
Well, I think that depends on what your agreement with your spouse, your partner is.
Yeah.
That has to be something
because that also happened on
that needs to be talked about
on Vanderpump Rules with Ariana. She had a little tryst with one of the other girls in the backseat of the car while Tom was driving.
But so he knew about it.
Yeah, it was happening. Well, I don't think he was fine with it, but it happened.
See, I think again, like I think for me personally, no. Yeah. That's not I think that just could open, I keep saying the word like infection to the relationship. But for some couples who've talked about it, if it's out in the open,
and they have an open relationship,
do it.
Have an open relationship. Mazel tov.
That's fine. But the secret, the lies, the deceit. Ooh.
It gives me a pit.
It gives me such a pit. And again, I just think I'm like, at this age, it's no
I ain't got
question
time
about
for
it.
it.
I'm not living with that pit.
No. I don't got time for it.
I won't do it.
No. Bam.
All right. Well,
love it.
I would be.
I mean, Yeah, I mean,
let's do a poll on our Instagram story
okay.
about fidelity. Could you
Forgive?
Is there a world in which you could see giving a second chance?
Yeah, and it's totally a case by case thing.
I know, but not for me.
No.
So some people might say it depends on the scenario.
Right. We'll give that option in the poll. Mm-hmm.
Like
yes, no, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
Sure.
Yeah, I would be voting. No, I would not forgive.
No,
it would be very, very hard.
It would be so hard. And then you just look forward to years of, I can't look at you the same. I don't want you to touch me.
Yeah.
Who are you texting? What are you?
The
why
suspicion.
Are you late?
Yeah.
Oh, why do I live with all that?
No, not at all. And the people that I know that have been cheated on, they have been cheated on multiple times.
Oh,
I have never met anyone that had like a one-off and everything's great again. Like
you mean the husband or the partner cheats multiple times?
Yeah, multiple times.
Is it once a cheater, always a cheater?
Kind of. That's Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
She cheated on her multiple times while they were together.
Right.
It's crazy, 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 crazy. Well, to wrap up, let's talk about what you have going on for the summer. Speaking of summer plans.
Okay.
We got trips planned.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to Italy. I don't have any major flying vacations going on.
No, but you do have something you could tease, and we'll maybe talk about it
next time.
Another time.
Maybe my F word will be forest ranger.
Foraging.
Yes. Next in July, we are going to Mammoth, which is going to be great. Ryan's family has a cabin there. We're staying in a condo there, not a cabin, a condo. We're staying for a few nights in Mammoth. And then I've been informed we're doing some camping.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. And I was originally informed we were going to be camping for 3 nights.
Oh.
To which I had grump face. Big time. And went, como se, what?
What?
And as I told you on the way to the airport, my comment to Ryan was, now what is it about me that made you think I
want to camp?
And I'm not 100% against camping. I will next time tell you the scenario.
Yes.
About the camping that was being proposed to me.
Oh boy.
But I will just wrap it up with, it's been rectified.
Well, that's good.
It's been rectified.
But there is some camping happening.
There is a 1 night of camping happening.
Okay. All right. That's a great tease.
I'll be sure to document it.
Yes. Please let us know. I will not be camping. In fact, I love not camping.
Yes.
It is my favorite thing. Camping, as I always say, is a hotel without room service.
That's worse than that.
Roughing it.
Yeah, it's
real rough. Well, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the F Word Girl. What did I say?
Yeah. The Frefford?
Frefford. Well, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the F Word Girls Gone 40. As always, we are Stacey and Carrie. Follow us, subscribe, like, comment, let us know. Once a cheater, always a cheater? ? And please share this with anyone that needs a dose of happiness in their life.
Yay!
As they're out walking their dog, or they're like, you know what? I need to share this joy and remind people not to watch The Perfect Storm.
Right. But watch Shrinking.
But watch Shrinking instead.
Yay!
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Toodles.